Yo, everybody, what's going on? Hope you're having a great day, morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is for you. It's been about 2 days since I posted a video, and I just wanted to get one out. This video is going to be super long. I got to work out in about 20 minutes. So, anyways, I didn't know what I was going to talk about in this video, so I put out my book, and I'm going to just talk about one of the principles. Principle 8 is called the Pink Twins. Basically, what this principle talks about is so two people can go through the same exact situation. They can have the same thing happen to them. Let's say it's a negative experience. But both of them can have a different outlook, therefore gaining a different result from that negative experience. It's basically what that is here. And I think that it's super important to do that. It's super important to have a positive view, a positive perception, I guess, of negative experiences because too often we think too quickly. We react too quickly. Not only that, we overreact. Humans tend to overreact. You see it in the stock market, you see it in real estate, you see it in, well, yeah, somewhat in real estate. But people tend to overreact. And a part of that overreaction is a speed to react. So, what I've been trying to do recently over the last couple of days is really gain more critical thinking skills. Because I was asking myself, I was like, and I know this is a bit off topic from perception and stuff, but I want to get into this really quickly. Critical thinking. Most successful people are critical thinkers, and I was wondering, what is a critical thinker? What makes somebody a critical thinker, right? I was talking to ChatGPT about it, and I came to learn that ways you can build your critical thinking skills is asking why a lot. So for example, let's say you have a bad habit. Okay, let's say masturbation is your bad habit. Okay, start there. Why am I doing it? Because whether it's you're bored, you're stressed, whatever. And then ask, well, why am I stressed? Why am I so bored? Why am I this? And then you'll get to another answer. And then you ask why again. Critical thinking is basically getting down to the root problem. That's what I'm taking away from it. Getting down to the root problem of the problem that you have, right? Not only that, but also a slowness to reaction. Now, this is also in the Bible. A wise man is slow to answer, things like that. I don't know it exactly. Don't. I'm very bad at quoting things, especially the Bible. But I try. Anyways, so yeah, I've been trying to do that more often recently. Just be slow to answer. Think. If something happens, give yourself 10 seconds, 15 seconds to just sit in silence before you start reacting about it. Because usually we react emotionally to most things, and we react very quickly. Anyways, that's critical thinking. I've been trying to do it a lot more often. um, and yeah, but my life is pretty much the same thing every day, so I don't have many new decisions to be making. I don't have many new things coming at me, so I don't have to make a ton of new decisions or critical think a lot, only in my business. So anyways, I was talking about perception. I was talking about how two people could go through the same thing and have very different outcomes because of the way that they think about it, right? So that's basically what this one is talking about. It says the echoes of paradise rarely penetrate into everyday life. When they do, catch a hold of those sundogs and keep them in your focus. They will start to appear in life more frequently. Then you will see for yourself how the layer of your world begins to unexpectedly transform. Have you ever seen Have you ever seen it rain on a sunny day? What about two rainbows in the sky? Have you ever crossed paths with the pink twins? It is important to understand one simple thing. Whether you decorate your world in bright rainbow colors or darkness, or the darkest of shades, depends entirely on your relationship to it, aka basically your perception. If the majority of your thoughts are related to negative experiences, life will get worse each day goes by, and the opposite is also true. If your soul sings in the rain and splashes in puddles, even when the weather is bad, the layer of your world will be filled with constant celebration. Heaven and hell do not exist somewhere out there in another dimension, but here on earth. There are like there are places like prisons, for example, but that is not where you are. That's not your world, and yet it could become your world if you focus your attention on criminal information. There are events like accidents, catastrophes, natural disasters. These too could become a part of your reality if you start internalizing the news reports. Focus your attention deliberately and solely on the things you want to see in your world. Turn away from everything else. Close your eyes and ears to it. Evil will never disappear from reality altogether, but it can vanish from your layer of the world. You will simply stop encountering negativity. I don't believe that last sentence, that you completely stop experiencing negativity. I think that, especially here on this disastrous world we live on, you're always going to be encountering some sort of negativity at some point. But, um, so yeah, your perception, you know, one salesman, it might be raining, and one salesman says, "Ah, it's raining. What a terrible day to make calls." And the other one says, "Wow, it's raining. What a great day to make calls because most salesmen are probably not." So that's sort of what I'm taking away from it. You know, also I've also been trying to simply fill my layer of the world with the things that I want. What do I mean by that? Simply just thinking, I said this in my last video because it was in the last principle. Think about the things that you want. Don't think about the things that you don't want, right? Don't think about all the things that could go wrong. And I say that and then I think, well, we need to be cautious, right? We need to, just in case things do happen. And yes, you do. But I was talking to myself last night thinking about it and I was like, huh, how can I be cautious but not constantly think about what can go wrong? And it's simply just do not ruminate, do not ponder on the things that could go wrong. You want to have an evaluation on the negatives that could possibly occur in life, obviously, because if you're not cautious, you're going to make dumb decisions, right? So simply don't ponder, don't ruminate on the things that you don't want to happen in life. We've all been victim to this. We have all sat there and just thought about everything that could go wrong. Or maybe you haven't. I surely have. I know many people have. But simply trying to fill your layer of the world, your thoughts, let's just say that, with the things that you want it'll slowly just sort of make those things appear in your physical reality, because the more that you're thinking about the things that you want, the more that you're looking forward to them, the more of a belief that you have in them. It's sort of like the triangle of Think and Grow Rich. It's You have to have a burning desire, and you have to have burning faith, red hot faith. And when you have that burning desire creates so much more faith, and that huge amount of faith and belief creates tons of action, and you sort of just have this circling pyramid of desire, faith, and action that fuels itself. And that's what your thoughts do. Your thoughts create a sense of belief, a sense of faith in yourself, and through that you take so much more action because you think that you believe that you can actually do it, and through having that faith and that action creates even more desire for the thing that you want. So I know this video has kind of been all over the place. I'm not gonna lie. I've been talking about perception, faith, desire, action, perception, but I didn't know what this video was going to be about in the beginning, so at least we came up with something, right? Something is better than nothing, I think. Anyways, so yeah, that's sort of been what's on my mind recently. I just want to pump out a quick video, even if it's just me explaining my thoughts and sort of what I've been thinking about recently. Um, yeah, yeah, I think we could use a little bit more time to ourselves. Like, think about how often are you just sitting in silence, thinking or talking to yourself or evaluating a problem in the correct way rather than just pondering on it? How often are we journaling our thoughts, critical thinking about the things that we're thinking about? How often are we asking why and trying to understand things? I think there's power in understanding, and I think that there's also power in not understanding. Everything is a double-edged sword. Like the more I learn about things, the more you learn that everything has two sides to it. I think there's power in both sides of everything, both sides of the coin, right? I don't know, just thoughts. I'm just throwing out thoughts. Like this is how I think when I am alone in my room, which I am a lot. So it's sort of just, pondering on things, not in a negative way, but just trying to understand on my own. And then maybe I'll throw it into ChatGPT and try and understand it better. Anyways, yeah. So that's probably going to be the end of the video. Um, I look forward to hopefully soon. I don't even want to say hopefully. Soon in the near future, I look forward to explaining to you all about more about my business, sort of what I'm doing. Right now, I sort of want to just get even more into the groove of it. Um, I don't know when I'm going to download Instagram again. I've been tempted to download it, but I'm like, I know I'm going to download it and just end up scrolling and useless crap. Like, I enjoy nobody knowing about what's going on in my life. I enjoy just staying to myself and worrying about what needs to get done, right? And reading and journaling and doing things that I enjoy. You know, life is too short. Anyways, yeah, that's my little rant for today. Um, if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. You have no idea how much it means to me, truly. If you could drop a like, I'm not even going to ask for that. Don't drop a like. How about that? Don't subscribe. Don't drop a like. Just take the information from this video, apply it to your life, and let it put a smile on your face. That'll make me happy. Even if I don't know that it did that to you, maybe through some sort of alternate dimensional thought form, I will see that you were smiling, right? Anyways, that's going to be the end of the video. Peace, and have a great day.